What's up, YouTube? Hope you can see me. I don't know what the problem is with this camera collecting light. Sometimes it collects too much light. Sometimes it doesn't collect enough. And I hope at the end of the day that it comes out somewhat clear. I don't know, it's overcast here where I'm at. I'm on I-85 headed north to Charlotte, North Carolina. And I just wanted to come on today and talk about a few things. One, I think it's very important that we, as professional truck drivers, help promote other drivers, not their agendas, because I don't believe in promoting agendas unless it's for a charity or something of that nature. And you know, like I said, if this video is dark, you really don't need to see me to get what I'm trying to say. But there's a lot of drivers out here who, for some strange reason, have just a ton of followers and subscribers, rather, who promote nothing but rage, hate, spewing off foul language as if it were to be their first language. Is that what we as America have come to? I mean, I understand slipping out a curse word here or there. I'm not perfect. I was born in sin like everybody else was, and I get aggravated and I get mad just like everybody else does. But to use that type of language over and over and over again does nothing for the trucking industry other than to promote the common thought process that everyone has of truckers, and that is that they're dirty, low-life scumbags with no moral compass. And I know a lot of truck drivers that are great people. I mean, really are. I mean, got nice homes, nice cars, live a great life. So I think we, as truck drivers, need to pass on, when you see a truck driver post something that has a moral value to it, why would you not hit share? Why would you not hit like? Do you not want to spread a positive message in this world? Or do you continue to want to enjoy the hate that's beginning to get so rampant that it's going to be out of control, where no one is safe, where your wife, your daughter, your son, you yourself, you're not going to be safe. And truck drivers can reach out and touch a lot of people and help change the way that we're looked upon. I mean, we put our life on the line every day, driving 60,000-pound bullets up and down the highway with four-wheelers who care nothing about you, your family. They care more about their cell phone than they do you and your family. And what amazes me is I have just passed a tractor trailer driver 70 mile an hour zone, and he was doing 55, 56, somewhere in that area. So I looked down to make sure that I was doing the right speed limit, looked up and seen it was 70. So I passed him, and he had his cell phone in his right hand, which is his hand to operate the gear shifts and something go wrong. And of course, his left hand was on the steering wheel. And as I was passing him, I glanced over at him, and he was staring at his cell phone, driving a 60,000-pound rocket. Depending on how much you're carrying and how much you're hauling, is how much it weighs. But you all know that. But I see this every day. Every day. What are we as truckers going to do about it? I got an idea. When you see a trucker do that and you're passing him, drive by him and stand on the horn and just look at him like he's a fool, because he is. He's a blink of an eye away from death, from himself or someone else, which could include you. So come on, guys, let's get together in this trucking industry and let's quit this playing with cell phone business. Sending text messages while you're driving a tractor trailer. Come on. Now, if you got the thing posted like I do, man, it's got a permanent place on your truck where you can set it. You're not touching it. You're looking at it no more than you do your mirrors, your instruments, your GPS, whatever it may be. We can't stare at the road all day, or we'll run into a ditch from being line blinded. But I just ask you guys to pass this one along, and hope that each one of you passes it along. So enough of this gets out. These drivers have to quit that business. I mean, if your text messaging is so important, pull over. Get off on the side of the road. Pull into a truck stop. Get it done. Get it out of the way. And get back on the road. Buy you a permanent mount. Put your truck, your telephone on. And before you start your trip, make sure you got all your messaging out of the way. I got an idea. Why don't you call that person that's texting you and say, hey, are you trying to kill me? Because I'm driving a tractor trailer, but you're sending me text messages. So you value my life no more than that? And I'd quit talking to those people, because they don't care if you live or die. They're more worried about what their subject of the day is. And then they'll be the first ones to say, oh, I can't believe he was doing that and driving. I can't believe he killed somebody. And I can't believe he was texting and driving. And I bet a dime to a dollar they go through his cell phone, anybody's cell phone, and it's going to be their friends that are doing it. I don't consider that a friend, and I hope you don't, but to each their own. Secondly, I want to bring up all this seemingly corruption that's all of a sudden going on, and to tell you why it's going on. It's going on because the government is trying to put a lot of things in front of us so we don't see what's going on behind us. When a government passes something through a bill or writes a law on the weekend of 4th of July where nobody's paying attention to it, that is a government in hiding. That is the most dangerous type of government there is. We, the United States, are supposed to be the most open, democratic country in the world. And all of a sudden, it's the Democrats against the Republicans against the Democrats, and it's a battle royale. Who can win? Who can score the most points within the confines of the government excluding its people who pay for their positions. And what I'm trying to say is they're fighting amongst themselves, but do you see them fighting for you? You know, for instance, the Black Lives Matter movement, when that started up, and Hillary and Obama and his cronies decided they was going to promote that as their political agenda of the quarter, they've stopped. Can y'all not see that? They don't care. They've got another apple to eat. And right now it's trying to get Hillary in the White House at all cost. This Hillary Clinton thing, come on guys, you've got to be smarter than that. Someone who lies to Congress, someone who lies to the FBI, has no problem lying to the American people, I assure you. She has lied to the people, and right now she is using, the Democrats are using her as the fix. The fix is on to put her in. And I'm not promoting Donald Trump either. I'm just telling you, you people need to really wake up and look at this Hillary Clinton thing. This thing has scandal written all over it. It has lies on top of lies on top of lies all over it. And how can you have someone running to be president of the United States that's even had to be under investigation of the FBI? That should tell you right there is a major problem. I know if I was under the investigation of the FBI, I couldn't drive this tractor trailer today. I couldn't have my hazardous materials endorsement. But you can run to be the leader of the free country, and then everybody knows that the government covered that up for her so she could run because the fix is in. And they're going after Trump like he stole somebody's dog, because his value system is more in line with mainstream people. You know, they want to. We all just want to live in peace and harmony. We don't want to step out the door and worry about, is our neighbor going to kill us? Are there going to be some radical Islamic Muslims come to this country and kill us or rape our women? And that's not to say that they're all that way, but there are some. There's proof. It's on the news every day. But they're wanting to bring more in. You got to ask yourself why. It's not a humanitarian effort. There's tons of humanitarian effort being sent to the refugees from every country in this world. They're bringing them in, ladies and gentlemen, to destroy this country from within. And I mean violence, votes, you name it. It's not right, man. Come on, people, use your head and think about it. Give me 5 good reasons why what I've just talked about is wrong. Post them on the bottom. Tell me how dumb I am for believing what I believe. I'm just an average American who wants to live in peace and harmony. The way my forefathers fought, the way my dad, my uncles went to wars and fought, to guarantee my freedom of speech, liberty, pursuit of happiness, and to be armed to protect myself, if need be, against the common welfare, which is going to be, the people are going to turn on each other. I'm telling you it's going to happen. We, the Americans, are going to turn on each other, and that's what the government wants to happen, so they can vote. There are, in case you didn't already know, they've already, in the process of giving away the internet and controlling what you can do on the internet, just like China, Russia. Now they want to take away freedom of speech, where you can't get on here and say what you want to anymore. If you do, and they don't like it, the government's gonna come get you. They probably come get you at 3 o'clock in the morning, beat the hell out of you, scare the shit out of your family, drag you out to prison, like China, like Russia, like some of these banana republics. They're coming after your guns, and all this exploitation of black citizens being shot and killed by officers. That is all it is a media exploitation, because there are more white people shot every day by police officers. It never makes the media, because you know why? You know why? Because it's not important. It's not the agenda. The agenda is to promote that it's a war on black people, that it's a war on immigrants, and that's so far from the truth. I have so many black friends. We laugh, we actually laugh and cut up about what's going on in the world today, and they bring it up. It's not like I go see them and say, hey, what do you think about it? They bring it up and say how wrong the black community is being done by all the upper tier leaders. You know, the people we promote, the people we voted in office, only got in office for their benefit, not yours. Has your life gotten better since Obama's been in office? Mine's gotten worse, 10 times worse. And if your life's gotten better, please post on the bottom, leave a comment so we can all read how your life has gotten better. Because everybody I talk to, her life's gotten worse. I don't care what color you are. How do you like your insurance premiums? Better yet, how do you like what you get for paying all them premiums? You don't get shit. It's in your deductible. Well, hell, you're going to have a major surgery to get close to that deductible. And when you do, you still got to pay out the nose. So what's the point? We've been lied to. And as much as I hate to say it, there are some people out there, YouTube's big. There are some of you people out there that are fools. You're just taken in by the cover of a magazine. All you see is the front page. Some of you are too dumb to open up the front page and read in between the lines. You know, I believe if the front page of the USA Today said the sky is green, you would go outside and tell everybody the sky's green, because that's how stupid you are. Instead of just going outside looking and say, well, whoever wrote that's an idiot. If they said the trees are blooming in the middle of the winter, you say, oh wow, that must be global warming. Instead of going outside looking, it's not happening. You know, just quit taking stuff at face value. Back up and punch. Take 72 hours and evaluate the situation on your own. Be smart. Man, would your mom and dad be proud of you for being an idiot? For taking things on face value? No. They're probably embarrassed. And if they are proud, they're just as dumb as you are for not doing the research. I don't take nothing on face value. I listen to it. I get on the internet. I research it. I look for newspapers. I read them. I look for books. I read them. Then I make an educated decision. Half of you people out there can't spell educated. That's the problem. Half of you truck drivers out there, I know for a fact, probably cannot spell tractor trailer, or differential, or gearbox, or battery posts, or steering mechanism without using your phone to spell it for you. You guys know, all you guys know I'm right. And a lot of you truck drivers are smart as a whip. Some of the things that we as a group pull off to move this freight across the country, to find these addresses. Does people even know how difficult it is to find these buildings, to hit these docks? It's almost like finding a needle in a haystack sometimes. And then it's like sticking a brick through a crack in the concrete to get your truck in there. So my time's about up. I don't want my post to turn out to be political, but right now I think we as a country need to focus on the politics side of this. And each and every one of you need to think about this. And I've done the research. And you can turn your TV on today and see the director of the FBI who's let the Clintons out of trouble 4 or 5 different times in their career together. Who's kept them out of trouble. You need to ask yourself why. What's in it for him? But when you have someone that has to be covered by the government, helped by the FBI, and the attorney general meets with her husband, who is, well, do the research and it might blow your mind instead of thinking he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. A lot of criminal a lot of criminal activity has, let's say, been around him when he was accidentally there. So take some time and know that this vote you're fixing to vote in November will either be Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump. One or the other. Yeah, I like Trump better because I know he's not a fascist. I know he's not a power elite who is going to try to take my guns, my freedom of speech, my freedom of religion, and he wants to keep the border strong. And if you're an American and you want anything other than that, then jump off a bridge. Leave this country. I invite you to get on a plane. If you don't like freedom, safety, security, then leave. We don't want you here anyway. But if you want your family to be protected, you want to have the financial ability to feed and house and clothe them and go have fun every now and then you guys have got to vote no for Hillary Clinton. You got to just look at it and vote no. If somebody other than Trump was in there, I'd vote for somebody other than Trump. But right now, Trump is the best thing we've got going to keep this country. If he does 1% of what he says he'll do, it's 1,000% better than what Hillary Clinton is going to do. So just think about it. So that's my content for the day. You guys out there have a blessed day. God be with you. And please share this video. I think it's that important. And if you care about the country, share it, share it, share it. And let's get some feedback going. We, as a group of truckers, have a lot of say that goes on in this country. We can start a movement, a better movement for us, the way we're treated, the way we're paid, the way we're scrutinized on the highway by the police department, as far as DOT, the way they hide, try to trick us. Y'all know what's going on. And one last thing, for all you four-wheelers out there who might watch this, when you get off on an interstate, on an off-ramp, you don't own the damn road. You merge into traffic. It doesn't mean you dart in front of me, dumbass. Anyway, y'all take care. Check you next time.